to be going with this team and to Indianapolis and playing against a good Penn State team for the Big Ten championship. And a lot went into it, and excited to get with the team here shortly and begin in earnest our preparation for Saturday night's game.
Jeff?
Paul, one of your guys was asked this morning when he first knew that you guys could have a very good team and a very good season. He said in spring ball, he said, because if you see, you know good football when you see it, you know good football players when you see it. Did you have that same feeling back in March and April?
I felt that we had some good things going. I think for me, when you go through spring football and fall camp, you're still going against each other. And yet, I think what they're saying is right. You know when it's good football. And yet I think it's not until you play against a team. And I also think it's not until you overcome adversity. And that's what's fun about a season is there's so many things that come your way and how you handle it and how you approach each day. And that's, to me, the more they stayed consistent in their approach and the way they competed and played, that's when I felt like, okay, we've got it's a pretty neat group right here.
Jason?
Paul, Penn State seems like a different team than they were early in the season. When you watch them on film, do you see a much improved team?
Absolutely. You know, they've won 8 games in a row, and I think that there's a team that's developing, growing, and you see it, you know, I think they're playing at a high level and are confident, and I think in many ways present challenges. You know, I think offensively they're explosive, both in the running game and in the passing game, and defensively they play a lot of guys and put pressure on a lot of offenses, and in special teams you see their athletic ability. I think they're playing at a high level. Really good football players, obviously well coached and playing with confidence.
Jesse?
Paul, when you took over here, Sojourn was coming off a sophomore season that maybe he didn't expect to have, wasn't as good as he had hoped for. What did you say to him to help him regain his confidence? How have you seen him progress in the 2 years here?
Well, I've loved and appreciated being around and seeing him continue to grow, and really didn't spend time talking with him about what happened before. It's how you go forward. And I think he's done a great job of having a purpose to just getting better. And when you do that, and I think he's taken coaching, you know, both last year from Durante and certainly this year from Jimmy, and applying it. And then you got to go out and you got to do it. And he's done that. And I've loved seeing the development of Sojourn, and have appreciated being around him for 2 years. It's been fun.
Jason?
Paul, how impressed have you been with Trace McSorley, their quarterback?
Very impressed. You know, I remember talking about him. It was a few weeks back. We were just getting ready for someone else, but you saw him, and there's a guy that loved the way that he competes and plays the position, and he does so many things to extend plays, and looks like he's just gaining confidence and going. He's got good weapons around him. I'm really impressed with him.
Jeff?
Paul, if I remember correctly, when you were introduced as head coach, someone asked you if this was your dream job, and your response was you have to make it your dream job, basically by performing.
You got to earn the right.
Yes. Do you think you're in the process of doing that 2 years in with the performance on the field of your teams?
I think we've done some good things, and it's what's great about athletics. You got to keep doing it, and so I sure as heck don't spend any time trying to think about that or figure that out. Spend a lot of time trying to figure out what can we do and to maximize this time, this opportunity. So, I don't know.
Jason?
Paul, if Alex isn't able to go on Saturday and something were to happen to Bart, who would be playing quarterback for you?
We'll be all right.
Paul, I know some of the players have talked about the afternoon meeting every day when they say a quote and maybe pick a song, and a lot of the guys pick rap lyrics and those type of things. In what ways?
It's enlightening.
Have you tried to connect with the players through that, and in what way have you found that to be helpful with the guys?
Not doing it to try for me to connect with them. I think the reason for it is this is their team, and they get an opportunity to speak with whatever on their mind that day. And I think, it's one way that we can learn more about each other, and whether it's what you choose to share in speaking to them or a song that you want to share with them. There's thought that goes into it by them, and I think it's a way for everyone to connect, and it's also a platform for them to have in front of their team.
Andy?
Paul, was there a defining moment to this season? I don't know if you could say there's a turning point, but was there a defining moment for your team?
I don't know if it's hard to, we haven't been in a reflection mode. You try to just take the day and hit it head on and enjoy it and go forward. I'm sure when we look back, there'll be some, but to me, what's the defining part of this group is they're a group that likes to play football and they care about each other. But I don't know. I think when you look back and reflect on the season, there'll be some. But I think when you're in the middle of it, you just keep going forward. So I don't know.
Dennis?
Paul, what is it about the offense that seems to get a spark when Bart comes in? Is it his personality? You saw him coming down the tunnel before. He was the one guy that was really getting into the moment.
No, Bart does do a great job of being in the moment. And like we're just saying, he cares about this team and has confidence in himself, wants to contribute and believes he can contribute and help. And, I don't know. We look at all those things. Are we more productive, with different combinations or different play calls or whatever those circumstances are? And I think that one thing I have enjoyed and appreciate from Bart is I think he is having fun playing the game. And when you play the game, it's, you're understanding situations and you're trying to do it the right way. But I think that he's, no doubt he's given us a spark a number of times, and it's been good to see.
Oh, Jason. Sorry.
How important is it for you guys to eliminate the drops you had on Saturday? Seems like there are a couple big ones.
Yeah, I think that it all comes down to you want to play good football, and good football that's part of it, is catching the football. And if you want to give yourself the best chance to be the best team you can be, you've got to throw the ball to the right people. You got to catch the ball. You got to block. You got to tackle. If you're a man-to-man, you got to play that man. All those things are really important. I don't think anyone did it on purpose, right? But it makes it hard. That's the difference between 3 and out, you're getting a first down or not. And that's, if you don't execute, it makes it harder.
All your defense has had a ton of success intercepting passes, especially the last few games. Is there something you can pinpoint as to why they've been so good in that area this season?
I think it's always a number of reasons for it. It's guys finishing the play, and they work on it, and they spend a lot of time doing that. I think it's oftentimes it's making the quarterback uncomfortable. There's a pass rush involved. I think the coaches have done a great job of not just practicing and stressing takeaways, but kind of the approach to looking for the opportunities and seizing it, and whether it's playing eyes or it's playing situations. But in the end, it comes down to kids finishing, kids making plays. Credit goes to them, and they start believing it and looking for it. So I think it kind of just keeps building and building, and each week you got clean slate. We don't have any takeaways yet this week, and as we know, if you can do that, it sure helps your team.
Well, you weren't here 2 years ago when Wisconsin went to this game, but a lot of the players have talked about how that game affected them and the final result of it. Do you get the sense this week that some of the guys that were on that team see this as a special opportunity to get another chance in this game?
I don't know. I haven't talked with the players about that. I think that you're always learning from and growing from situations that you've been in, life experiences, and you would hope that they take away things they did well, whether it's in their preparation or actual handling of playing the game, things they didn't do well. So I think that you're always